finally been removed. Earlier today, the action, rather the inaction on the part of the Noida authorities as far as the young life that was basically lost. A junior engineer earlier was basically suspended, rather terminated from services by the authorities. Now finally, the crackdown coming in after the SIT has been formed by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. A massive impact taking place with Noida Authority CEO being removed. This after Republic reports essentially suggesting that despite multiple complaints that were filed by residents of Sector 150 of Noida about streetlights not being present, there was very little action that was basically taken by the Noida authorities. In fact, from some of the videos that we have basically accessed, indicates that there was the authorities actually reached the spot to carry out the rescue operation without actually having any such equipments in place. In fact, we're going to play out all the details of the story in a short while from now. First, let me go across to my colleague Saurav, who's joining us from Sector 150, getting us the latest details. Finally, action being taken, Saurav, with regards to the role of the CEO. In fact, you spoke to him earlier today.
Yeah, absolutely, Shravan. Noida Authority CEO has been sacked. Lokesh M was his name, and he was sacked by the official. He was sacked from his position, according to the sources. I'm present at the spot currently, and you can see there are no street lights, there are no reflectors, there are no signage, because of which a 27-year-old accused ran straight through the pit and drowned in it. There are no accountability. Earlier this morning, when we had a word with the additional CEO, Satish Pal. Now, we have finally seen some action again from the government side over this horrifying incident. UP Chief Minister has also formed an SIT of 3 members, and he also took the cognizance of the matter, and they also have to submit their report in 5 days. Back to you.
Saurav, I just want you to take us through the details coming in with regards to the SIT that has been formed. I'm also told another breaking news now coming in. ADG of Meerut Zone will in all likelihood be heading the 3-member SIT team. What more details are you getting right now? What would be the focus of the investigation?
The focus of the investigation will be who is at fault, who are responsible, who ignored the complaints of the residents, who did not do their work properly, why there is a lack of infrastructure in such a posh claimed sector by the Noida Authority. Allegedly, the residents claim that here a flat cost 2.5 crores, and still there are lack of streetlights, there are lack of reflectors. In dense fog, people cannot navigate to their homes. And that was the case with the 27-year-old techie. You can see here, now the fog is less, but still you cannot see that there is a pit in front of you. This is the horrifying details of this sector. This sector is claimed a sports sector. In every society there is a sports facility, but there are no roads, there are no proper roads, there are no reflectors, there are no signages. So how this is a posh colony in Noida, how this is a smart city? Now, finally, UP CM has made a SIT, including the officials from higher post, and now we can see that what kind of angle they are investigating. The investigation will follow through, and then only the people will be held accountable.
Saurav, I just want you to stay on with us, as we are now going to play out some of those complaints that were actually filed by the residents. My colleague Saurav getting his hands on these documents, which indicates that the Noida authorities were basically aware of the fact that not enough streetlights were present there. The fact that it was completely pitch dark, resulting in the 27-year-old actually falling into a pit and then drowning. That was also because there was nothing to actually indicate that that area was under construction. Now, what you see on your screens right now, these are multiple warning signs which seems to have now been ignored. The letter that has been addressed to the CEO. The question that many are asking, that if at all these complaints were filed, whether at all there was any acknowledgement from the Noida authorities. In fact, we have also got the acknowledgement letter, the acknowledgement which basically goes on to indicate that yes, the complaint was taken into cognizance, but on the ground it seems that no action was actually taken as far as streetlights are concerned. Signatures are concerned, signages are concerned. These are some of the details that we have basically picked up right now. On your screens, this is also with regards to the post-mortem report that has been filed, in which there is a clear indication that his chest was filled with 2 liters of water. The lungs were full of water. This comes as the first responder basically told us that the rescue operation was basically halted, or rather they could not carry on with the rescue operation because those who were supposed to perhaps carry out the rescue operation said that they cannot perhaps get inside simply because the water was freezing and the fact that they were unable to basically swim in the cold water. It also has been reported now by our team on the ground, where they've essentially indicated that from on the day when this incident actually took place, minutes after the call that was made by the 27-year-old boy to his father, where he had pleaded for some help, and the father thereafter called the police. It seems that once the police actually reached, there wasn't enough equipment that they had at their disposal. Let me also bring in my colleague Saurav, who's going to take us through some of the documents that have been accessed. Saurav, I want to purely focus right now on the number of complaints that were actually filed and the acknowledgement that came in from the Noida authorities.
More than 10 complaints have been filed by the residents of the Tata Eureka Society regarding the lack of infrastructure, lack of basic facilities across the area. But only 2 were acknowledged by the authorities, and today, as we spoke with the additional CEO, Satish Pal, he told us that he doesn't know about even a single complaint that was filed by the residents. He told us that he has to look into it, he has to look into the matter and see that who has received the complaints and who will take action, who is the concerned officer, and then only they will investigate the matter, and then only they will take the action, a necessary action against them. 10 complaints were filed. In all the complaints, there were lack of street lights issue mentioned on the 30-meter road in front of the Tata Eureka Society. Reflectors were not installed by the Noida authority. That was also there. No signage, no proper signage to guide them to their home in dense fog. These are the details of the documents and the resident complaints which were filed and given to the Noida authority multiple times. But still, no action was taken by the Noida authority. And now finally, after this horrifying incident, someone was held accountable. Noida CEO Lokesh M was sacked as per sources. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Saurav, for getting us the latest details. Should we focus now to the other story?